Welcome to The Real Shift, the real news with a touch of humor. Buckle up, folks. Today we're popping open a can of secrets that's messier than a kid's hidden candy stash. Fresh Epstein files are dropping, bombshells mentioning Trump. Survivors are speaking out. China's yelling piracy over seized tanker. Iran's firing missile warnings at Israel. Russia spilling supposed NATO secrets. And wait for it, there's even a hero drone that just scored a $60 million bounty for fighting fires. It's scandals, showdowns, and super tech all tangled up in one wild global web. Let's unpack the chaos with facts and a few laughs.
Today, as the world barrels toward the holidays, a series of seemingly disconnected events are pulling at the same fraught threads. Power secrecy consequence, a fresh cascade of court documents tied to the deceased predator, Jeffrey Epstein, has been unsealed, forcing a painful public reckoning. Far out at sea, a tanker's seizure escalates tensions between global giants, turning trade routes into geopolitical fault lines. In the skies, a revolutionary drone designed to combat wildfires secures a massive financial endorsement, a rare beacon of technological hope. Simultaneously, the Middle East holds its breath as Israel and Iran exchange chilling warnings of unimaginable force. And from the shadows of Eastern Europe, a purported leak from Russia aims to disrupt the delicate diplomacy surrounding the war in Ukraine. Woven together, they paint a stark portrait of a world grappling with hidden truths, the abuse of influence, and the profound human cost of decisions made in boardrooms and war rooms. This is not just a collection of news items, it is a snapshot of the hidden machinery that shapes our lives, often without our knowledge or consent, and the bravery of those who demand it be brought into the light. The common denominator in these disparate global dramas is the collision between what is known and what has been deliberately concealed. The release of the Epstein documents is a direct confrontation with a past that powerful individuals have fought to keep buried, a past that continues to inflict deep trauma on its victims. The standoff between the United States and China over a seized oil tanker demonstrates how international law and economic sanctions become weapons in a silent, high-stakes battle that affects global stability and essential resources. Similarly, the rhetoric between Israel and Iran reveals the proximity of covert preparations to overt warfare. In a move that has sent fresh shockwaves through circles of wealth and power, the United States government has authorized the release of another significant tranche of documents related to the disgraced financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. These papers, unearthed from the archives of long-settled civil litigation, offer a stark, unfiltered glimpse into the machinery of his predatory operation. The files are a grim mosaic of flight logs from his private jet, internal emails exchanged between his staff, sworn depositions that had been sealed for years. The names of prominent individuals are scattered throughout the pages: politicians, business magnates, celebrities, though their inclusion does not in itself imply wrongdoing. The unsealing of the Epstein documents was not a remote legal proceeding. It was a deeply personal and seismic event. In the days following the release, several women came forward. Exhaustion, validation, renewed pain. Speaking at carefully organized press conferences, televised interviews, they described seeing their trauma laid bare in black and white as a double-edged sword.
Seeing it in print doesn't change what happened to us. That is something, but it is not everything.
Their testimony is a powerful counter-narrative to the cold, legalistic language. They expressed frustration some names were not adequately redacted.
The legal system's first duty here should be to do no more harm,
to ensure seeking justice doesn't inflict more trauma. In the strategic maritime corridor of the Caribbean Sea, a tense international incident has dramatically escalated friction between Washington and Beijing. A large oil tanker, the Pacific Voyager, en route to China from a port in Venezuela, was intercepted and seized by United States naval forces. The U.S. government stated the action was a legitimate law enforcement operation, aimed at enforcing international sanctions against Venezuela's state-run oil company. However, China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs responded with swift and furious condemnation, labeling the seizure a flagrant act of modern-day piracy and a violation of maritime law. This confrontation matters because it exposes the fragility of the rules that govern global trade and navigation. The world's economy runs on the steady flow of goods, and oil tankers are its lifeblood. Fears of seizures can spur convoys, rerouting, and soaring insurance, with cascading economic effects. China has lodged a formal protest and demanded release of the ship and crew, warning of consequences. The U.S. counters it acted in compliance with law, citing intelligence on sanctions evasion. Sailors from multiple nations are caught in the middle, awaiting diplomatic outcomes. Amidst the grim geopolitical headlines, a story of technological innovation offers a powerful glimmer of hope. A Silicon Valley startup, Aura Aerospace, has secured $60 million in Series B funding for its autonomous firefighting drone, the Fire Eater. It can fly directly into wildfires, day and night, in conditions too dangerous for pilots. Using thermal sensors, LiDAR, and predictive software to strike critical areas with precision. Backers signal confidence that AI can revolutionize emergency response. Firefighters will direct autonomous squads from safe remote command centers. First operational fleets are targeted ahead of the 2026 fire season. This is a tangible application of advanced tech to protect homes, wildlands, and the lives of firefighters. The drone is a tool and a symbol of adaptation and resilience. The already volatile Middle East has been pushed closer to the brink as Israel and Iran have engaged in a new, alarming round of public threats. Israeli intelligence officials have issued stark warnings, citing unusual troop and missile movements and proxy activity in Syria, Lebanon, and Iraq. The nation is on its highest alert and may act preemptively. Iran warned any aggression would be met with a swift, crushing, and unimaginable response. Officials mention capacity to strike critical infrastructure and population centers. U.S. officials note elevated activity, but no unambiguous sign of an imminent all-out offensive. Additional naval assets moved to the eastern Mediterranean as a stabilizing presence. Diplomats urge both sides to tone down rhetoric. The entire region watches to see if this cools or ignites. A war could disrupt a third of global oil through the Strait of Hormuz and spark a humanitarian crisis. Millions of ordinary people are held hostage by this power struggle. The line between a cold war and a hot one is perilously thin. Within thousands of newly unsealed pages, Donald J. Trump is mentioned again. Records include pilot flight logs and internal notes documenting several instances of Trump flying on Epstein's jet in the 1990s. To be clear, there are no new allegations of criminal conduct nor placement at the island. Still, confirmation of flights throws a harsh spotlight on past association. The release injects a volatile, polarizing element into the public reckoning. The Trump campaign calls it a rehash meant to distract, noting a past falling out. Documents are widely shared online with his name highlighted. Not criminally damning, but powerful in the court of public opinion. For survivors, powerful names linked to their tormentor can be validating and frustrating. Ultimately, it underscores how the scandal reaches the highest echelons of power. In a calculated act of information warfare, Russia claims to have leaked a sensitive NATO plan on Ukraine. Alleged papers outline a 28-point peace proposal with territorial concessions. Kremlin media portrays deep NATO divisions and betrayal of Kiev. Shockwaves through Europe. Time to sow discord among allies. NATO forcefully denies the claims as disinformation. Key members reaffirm unwavering support for Ukraine's sovereignty. But debates erupt, and Kiev seeks urgent clarifications. It illustrates hybrid war, the battle for narrative as vital as the battle on the ground. Leaks, real or fabricated, aim to fracture alliances and erode public support. If successful, such tactics can give Russia advantages it cannot win in open battle. In the 21st century, wars are fought with tanks and missiles, and with kilobytes and carefully crafted lies. From the sterile halls of justice to the turbulent Caribbean, one theme binds this week: the immense weight of secrets and the human consequences of exposure. Unsealed files, a seized tanker, veiled threats of war, and strategic leaks reveal how power operates in the shadows. When the truth comes out, it doesn't just change headlines, it changes lives and tests alliances. A ship dispute can affect gas prices and supply chain safety. A drone shows ingenuity can meet urgent challenges, while rhetoric can escalate into irreversible violence. Listen with empathy, analyze facts, demand transparency and integrity from leaders. Answers will be written by journalists who pursue the truth, officials who choose integrity, and citizens who refuse to look away. We must watch, question, and care, because the weight of secrets is lifted by the light of collective awareness. A gavel hitting a block, a large tanker ship on the open ocean, a drone hovering against a smoky sky, a satellite view of the Middle East, a classified document being stamped. These are the images that, well, often accompany such revelations.
That's that. That's all for this episode of The Real Shift. Real news with a touch of humor to survive the madness. From Epstein file fallout, shaking things up stateside, to high seas piracy, drama fueling China's anger. Iran's no negotiation missile flex, Russia leaking secrets, and that awesome firefighting drone cashing in big. The world's spinning like a top that forgot how to stop. One thing's clear, secrets don't stay buried, and neither do global grudges. Stay curious, keep smiling, and we'll catch you next time when the world shifts again. Thanks for watching.